Hi everyone, my name is Nicole and today we are going to do a somatic practice and meditation for when you're feeling shame. Today I want you to grab a pillow or you could use a rolled up blanket. If you don't have one, that's okay. It'll just be helpful. I'd prefer you had one. And then I've set up a bolster behind me as back support. So if you want to sit in a chair or something like that, then I'll encourage you to do that. And that's just so we can be really well supported during this practice. So shame. Shame can be a burning, heavy sensation or emotion that can come up when we're falling short of who we think we should be, or maybe who others expect us to be. And it can feel like a heavy cloak of self-judgment and embarrassment, and it can literally feel like it weighs you down. And it can also make us want to withdraw from others. And it is a universal emotion and experience that every human will experience at some point in their life, many times. And it's still very difficult. So we're going to offer you some tools today to deal with it. So coming into the body, I would love you to just be able to sway a little bit and feel the hips. So feel the weight going from left to right. And just notice how the pressure changes. Notice if there's anything else coming into contact with the ground. Maybe you're sitting on a chair and your feet are touching the ground. Just feeling your feet on the floor. And just taking a look around. And just noticing where you are. And I actually want you to even say my name. My name is, so say your name, your age, and where you live. So just say that. Just reminding you that where you are and who you are. So often when we're in shame, like I had just mentioned, it can really weigh us down. And so often the posture we'll take is kind of like a curled in posture. So let's go ahead and just curl in. Maybe we drop the head. It can be harder to look around. So we're looking a little more withdrawn. Now I want us to feel what it feels to come out of that. So slowly rising out of that posture, letting the heart come forward, and the shoulders are slowly coming back, the head's coming up, and coming into a nice, tall, neutral, seated position. The shoulders drop, and just notice how that feels to be in this position. Notice how you can easily look around. When you're in a posture like this, you can easily connect with others. Just notice how you belong where you are right now. Take a breath there. And now let's come forward. Back into that sort of withdrawn posture. Taking a breath. And slowly coming out of that posture. Just centimeter by centimeter, quarter of an inch by quarter of an inch. Coming up into that tall, maybe a proud, neutral position. And looking around, feeling the ground, and remembering that you belong here. You belong to the room you're in. You belong in the body you're in. So that can be a really helpful practice, just noticing how it feels to come out of that emotion, out of that posture. So you can practice coming in and out of it when you are feeling that. Okay, now we're going to move into more of a somatic meditation. So if you feel like it would be helpful, go ahead and just lean back into your chair, and you can grab that pillow and just hug the pillow. So you're kind of sandwiched here, and so your body's getting a lot of support. Notice the pillow against your tummy, your chest. Notice your back being supported. And I'd like you to just think of a really mild situation where maybe you felt a little bit of embarrassment or a little bit ashamed. Maybe you didn't do something that you meant to do. Maybe you expected you would be in a different, maybe farther along in a task that you're working on or a project that you're working on. Maybe you hold a little bit of judgment towards yourself um, regarding where you are in life. I know I can really relate to that one. And just notice where you feel those sensations in your body. Is there a tightness in the chest? Maybe a sinking feeling? Maybe your shoulders feel heavy. Just notice one place in the body that maybe you're feeling it, and maybe come up with a name for that sensation. And just notice that this is what shame can feel like. And remember, it is a universal human experience. So remember letting this be like a mild experience. If at any point it gets intense, you can drop the meditation. Let's just make room for those sensations. So maybe even send your breath there, just allowing a little bit of space for those sensations. And if it feels okay and genuine to you, you could just say to those sensations, hello, I see you, and you're allowed to be here. And then just remembering that this is a common human experience. And even though it can feel like you're alone and you're dealing with this all on your own, remember that there are people all across the world and people that you're coming into contact with every day that are also having similar experiences. They're also feeling this. So even though it can feel like you're alone in this, you're not. Just remember that common humanity that you share with others. And remembering that this comes from the desire to belong, the desire to be loved, the desire to be accepted. So it's coming from a very good place. And now think of if you had a friend that was maybe experiencing this difficult feeling, what would you say to them? Maybe you said something like, I'm here with you. It's going to be okay. I love you just as you are. I accept you just the way you are. And then taking that phrase that maybe you would say to your friend, and can you say it to yourself? And if you'd like, you could take a hand, a gentle hand, and you could place it on your shoulder, like maybe a friend would, or on the chest. And just notice the warmth of your hand, the soft touch of your hand. And notice how the body reacts to that. So you're witnessing how your body reacts to a warm, gentle touch. And then just saying maybe those phrases to yourself. I can see that you're hurting. This is really tough. I'm with you. I care about you. And I love and accept you just the way you are. And just taking a breath into that. You can leave your hand on your chest or your shoulder, or you can just keep hugging your pillow. And just feeling your back being supported by the whatever you're leaning up against. Feeling the pillow supporting you. You can maybe take your hands and just feel the fabric of the pillow. Or if you don't have a pillow, it could be maybe the ground or the fabric on your legs. And just noticing how that feels. We're just going to rest in this experience of offering ourselves self-compassion without trying to change our experience. We're just offering ourselves self-compassion simply because the situation we're in is difficult right now. And just resting in the experience of kindness. Taking a breath. And now, if your eyes were closed, you can open them, noticing what it feels like to let in some light. You can keep hugging your pillow if you'd like. Just notice how you're feeling. And notice where you are in the room that you're in. Notice what the ground feels like. And see if you can find one object in the room that is pleasant to look at or neutral. And just notice the shapes, the light, the colors, the texture, and the outline. Just notice how you're feeling. And if you'd like, you can keep hugging the pillow, or you can place it off to the side. So these can be tools that you use when you're experiencing maybe just like you're a feeling that you're falling short, or maybe a little embarrassed. So coming out of that posture of shame slowly, so you can really track how your body feels to come out of that posture and to go into it. And then also for the meditation, what we're doing is we are bringing mindfulness and awareness to how we're feeling, naming sensations, then recognizing, so that's the first step. Then our second step is we're recognizing that we are not alone. And then the third step is just offering ourselves kind words and touch if that feels right to do. And that was all learned from the mindful self-compassion work of Kristen Neff. I hope you enjoyed today's practice, and we'll see you next time.